Hello my scrappy friends and a big welcome to my YouTube channel today. It's Melinda Sweetman here with you and this is my first official share back on YouTube for June. This one is for the Tracy Reed Designs, the Manuscript Instagram hop. I thought I'd do a video, so here we go. I'm starting in Photoshop Elements. I showed you right at the beginning what I am working towards, and I thought I'd give you a quick tutorial on how I've kind of built the layers so that I can print them and assemble them as real paper. So I've got my photo here, which is a 9 by 12. I've converted it to black and white and cropped it down and stuff. It is a 9 by 12. I wanted the title to be the Forever and Always beads. They're from the embellishments in this collection, and then I wanted to add the stitching behind, so they're all from the embellishments. And you can see I've literally just dragged and dropped them onto this photo. I'm covering up some signage and stuff. And I have done 2 lots of the stitching, and I have flipped one of them so that the knotty extra bits are on the other end, and resized the pair of them so that they don't look exactly the same. I've also put a drop shadow onto the beads for my title, and when I printed that photo with all of those embellishments on there. So I just need to basically slip that into a page protector. I do end up adding a little bit of extra, but it's not necessary. You could always just print it like this and leave it as is. You can see here I'm just working on my canvas here. So I made this canvas, so it's 4 plus 3 is 7 plus 9, so it's 16 by 12. And you can see I've got my 3x4 journal cards down the center there. Then I've got one of the stickers, which is what I'm moving right now, and one of the other 3x4 cards that I have used down the bottom. I've resized those a little bit. What I'm going to do with those ones is print the top layers as one piece, and then print the black and white stripe as a 3x4 card and stick everything together so I can add a bit of dimension. I've got my title on this bottom card here. I'm using the craft alphabet. You can see I've just dragged and dropped each of the letters onto my canvas. I have selected all of them and then resized them and moved them into place. I'm going to add a drop shadow to those as well so they stand out. Then I'm going to go ahead and do the rest. So it says Mum's Day 2024. I'm going to add the same stitches to this card and the top one. I only show you this one. So exactly the same thing that I did on the big photo, I'm going to do on these 2 cards. Turn them, resize them, and then I'll do the same up the top. So I'm going to flick over, I think, to the one that has got all of the... Oh, I'm just moving things around so that, yeah, so that I could group all that together. So what I've done is grouped all that together, printed that as one layer. So I've got the card and then the title, and then on this one I've printed that sticker with the stitches on it as one card as well. And so here I am jumping forward, and you can see here is what I've printed. So there are those digital embellishments on my 9 by 12 photo. These are the other 3 photos that I'm going to be including. My husband was there as well, but did not take any photos of himself. So that's the 2 cards that I made in Photoshop, printed them as one layer. I have added drop shadows to the extra layers on top just to give a bit of interest. And you can see here I'm just going to work on these 2 cards. I'm going to add some dimension, and then I'm going to ruffle up all the edges just to add a little bit of extra. I did make all my photos black and white because there was a lot of competing colours here, and I thought that that would work perfectly with this brand new collection by Tracy. I'll be honest with you, when she first shared that it was inspired by Taylor Swift's new album, I was a bit scared. I am not a Swiftie by any stretch of the imagination. I mean, the girl has definitely got talent, but just not what I normally choose to listen to. So I was like, oh gosh, I don't know how much how much of the references and things I'm going to miss, but this collection is absolutely gorgeous, and it's so versatile. It's black and white. I actually, Tracy asked a little while ago for ideas for collections, and black and white with kind of everyday stuff was one of the things that I suggested. So I'm loving this so much. So you can see I have done the other card completely. I did add a couple of staples just for an extra bit of different texture, and I'm going to go off screen for a minute, print my journaling. I've printed this onto vellum. If I had thought beforehand, I could have printed it straight onto those journal cards, but that didn't occur to me at the time. So here I am with some vellum sticker paper. I'm just trimming that down. I did work in Photoshop again just to get the sizing right, and you can see where the ends are like a little bit moved over to the left or the right. That was definitely intentional to fit around the cards. So I'm just going to peel the backing off here, stick it down. I don't make you watch me stick all of these down because nothing ever wants to stick straight the first time, and this vellum sticker paper is super sticky. So I'm going to try again, and it's still not straight, and then third time lucky, I think. Yeah. So I don't make you watch me stick anything else down. I don't think I do, at least. I can't remember. So that is that all stuck down. I'm just going to use my bone folder to make sure that is all down. And because it's vellum, it's see-through, so I just wanted to make sure that you could still see clearly what was underneath it. I've added my staples to this one as well, and I'm just going to stick that together. I've ruffled up all the edges, and that is that card done. So I've got these little rose gold resin hearts with glitter in them that I thought would work, but I just felt they were too chunky for me to scatter around the page. So I ended up going with these little gold butterflies, which I think are perfect. There's butterflies all through this collection. And yeah, like I said, I felt like that was perfect. So I'm going to do a big one and two small ones on these two journal cards, and then I add 3 big ones to my 9x12 photo. Just adds a little bit of extra, and I love the way that looks. I did toy with the idea of putting someone here, but I was like, you know what, I'll just go with 3 lots of 3. Using my T-square ruler, because I know this is 9 inches, I'm going to put one at the 4.5 inch mark, then one at the 4 inch, and one at the 5 inch mark. So they're perfectly spaced as well, which is unusual for me, but that's okay. I really like the extra little bit of something this gives. The beauty of the black and white collection is you can add pretty much any colour you want to it, and it's going to work. So I've got to this point, I'm covering up the main part of my photo. I do not want to get splatter all over it, but I do want to add some gold splatter. So I've got my High Swap Gold Colour Shine and a little paintbrush, and I'm just going to add some gold splatter to my title here. Then I'm going to move my photos out of the way and make sure I splatter these one at a time. I'm just going to include, add splatter to where the butterflies are on these 2 cards, and then on that 3rd card. If you can't read it, it says, love this story. I love this typewriter with the flowers and the butterflies. It's absolutely gorgeous. Here we are with the close-ups. I'm going to put all the pieces together where they go and leave you with that. So make sure you head over to Instagram and follow along on the hop there. I have just recently hit 1,000 followers on Instagram, so I'm super excited. If you haven't already hit that follow button, please do so. I'd love to have you. Here are the close-ups. If you have any questions, please make sure you drop them below. I'm really excited to be back crafting and sharing on YouTube again. As always, thank you so much for choosing to spend your scrappy time with me, and I shall see you in my next process video. Have a fantastic scrappy day, my friends.